welcome. Welcome to the New Vision community. I am Reverend Karen Lewis, and I am so tickled that we are here together, that both of your senior ministers are here in the sanctuary. I'm so grateful that we are able to do that. And I would like to add my joy and my welcome to the new partners. Welcome. And herzlich willkommen for my sister. So here we are. I am so proud of our community because we are dedicated to our theme. And our theme is a summer of joy. And it has been a summer of joy. When I look back at the last 5 weeks that we entered into this theme, you know, I see the talks on freedom, the talks on creativity, the talks on realizing that there is a power for good greater than we are, and we can use it. I believe it was Reverend Karen Russo who so powerfully spoke about that creative process. And then last week, Reverend Leslie took us on the journey from the head through the heart right into the mystery of life through solitude. And so from all of that, we arrive here. And the talk title today is Thank You, Life. It could also have been Strawberries and Tigers. And you will understand that later. But it is Thank You, Life. It is a talk about gratitude. And what I'm aware of, that I have some great slides, I have some good quotes, I have some stories, and unless you are willing to come with your whole entire being into this experience, it will just be a hopefully nice presentation. But that is not what we are here for, is it? Here at the New Vision Center, we are interested in transformation. We are interested in taking this gift that has been given to us and transform life, our own personal life, into a magnificent experience of good to be shared with the world. That's what I'm here for. I don't know about you, but that is what I'm here for. And so, in order to have this experience together, I'm asking you to lean in. Let go of the coffee for a couple of moments. Don't try to figure out what's happening on Facebook. And give your whole attention to this experience of gratitude. And I like to invite us by experiencing it by rubbing our hands together. Just rub our hands together. And come into this now moment, perhaps placing them on your heart or opening them wide. And saying that talk title, Thank You, Life. Thank You, Life. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. This reminds me of a story that D.T. Suzuki, the wonderful Japanese author and writer of books and essays, who is credited with bringing the Zen Buddhist teachings into the West, often tells. Now, this story has been around for a long time. You probably have heard it. There are many versions of it. And here is my favorite version. An honor student was struggling with life, with school, just with the experience. And he went to his teacher and asked for some advice. And the teacher said, well, as the story goes, there was a monk that was walking in the woods and up into the mountains. And all of a sudden, a tiger appears and starts chasing the monk. He's chasing the monk all the way over to the cliff. And so the monk climbs down the edge of the cliff, only to see that 15 feet below him, there are 5 more tigers waiting for him. So he's hanging on that vine, a tiger above, 5 tigers below, and he is contemplating his limited choices and his imminent demise. And as he looks to the left, he noticed a strawberry. And he reaches out. He says to himself, "What a magnificent strawberry!" And he picks the strawberry and eats it. And the student is looking at the teacher, waiting for him to complete the story, when he realizes, that's it, the teacher is done. And the student said, "That is what you give to me? A story about a monk chased by tigers eating a strawberry? What's the point?" And the teacher says, "The lesson is that in every moment that we are alive, we have to be alive. Every moment we have to be open to the experience of life, the good and the bad." And the student looks at the teacher and says, "But everybody who is alive is alive. What's the point?" And the teacher says, "No. To be open and to be present to the experience of every moment, we have to be there. We can't just live our life day by day and hope that it will go away, but we have to be present to the experience, to stop and look, what is here?" And the student says, "I still don't get it. If everybody who's alive is alive, what's the point? What's the point of this story?" And the teacher says, "Are you alive right now? Are you present? Or are you being chased by the tigers? Are you feeling that if something would be different in your life, if some circumstance would be different, you would be happier? I have seen you, I have watched you over this last year. Many occasions, you were sure that your tigers were going to eat you. And yet, here you are. You survived. You survived by being present in this moment." And this is what he says so beautifully. You can't be alive if you're living in fear. And living in fear closes you off to the experience of the goodness that is right in front of you. And the student thought about it. He took a breath. He looked up at the teacher. He grinned and went on his jolly way. Now, I love that story. I love that story because it makes us ask ourselves if we are willing, what are my tigers and what is my strawberry? Reverend Leslie and I, we often talk about that we choose these talks really for ourselves. We are with them for the whole week. They work us. And then we give the message. Hopefully, by the time we get here, we have walked through it. So I want to share with you my tigers of this weekend and my strawberries. I found a couple. I have tendinitis. As you can see, I'm wearing a brace. I have to wear this for a week, and I won't be able to type. And I woke up on Thursday night in agonizing pain. Pain I haven't felt in a long time. And there was nothing I could do about it. So I am laying in bed, trying to move and trying to apply what I have discovered for this talk and what I have discovered in my life. And a beautiful quote of Brother David Steindl-Rast comes to mind. And I didn't even write this one down, but he says, we don't have to be grateful for everything. Because often when he teaches gratefulness and gratitude, he's asked, do I have to be grateful for this pain? Do I have to be grateful for this experience in my life? And he says, no. We don't have to be grateful for everything. But we have to be grateful in every moment. And so I was laying there feeling this pain and thinking, okay, I don't have to be grateful for this pain, but I have to be grateful in this moment. So how do I conjure up this feeling of gratefulness when my entire being is focused on this throbbing arm? And I started with asking myself, okay, how did I get here? You know, I had this wonderful vacation for 2 weeks up in Oregon, and I took, I think, 1,000 pictures on my phone, holding my phone with this hand. That's where I did it, right? I am in a new relationship, so there's a lot of texting and there's a lot of calling on that same phone. And so I was thinking about those things, and I could feel, oh yeah, this is how I got here. And then I expanded this feeling of gratitude into gratefulness for our modern medicine, because I knew in the morning I could go to an urgent care and I could find relief then. And I expanded this practice of being grateful in this now moment. Not grateful for the pain, but grateful for this gift of life that I am given, that you have been given, that each of us experiences in every moment. Brother David, I love him. He has a stronger accent than me, so I love listening to him. And he is 94 years old now and still traveling, mostly in Austria now, but speaking about gratitude and gratefulness. And what I love about him, his teaching is, it's not so much the gratitude for the easy things, right? The joy of a day, the beautiful thing that happened. That's great gratitude, and it needs to be acknowledged. But his gratefulness that he teaches is really going into the depths of life, into the experience of this reality on this planet where we are dealing with things that are challenging. Right? We have tigers running around right now that are really, really challenging. And even there, and even now, where can we find our own personal strawberries? The quote, I believe that we do have a slide on, that Brother David Steindl-Rast is so famous for, is this: it's not joy that makes us grateful, but it's being grateful that allows us to experience joy. It is being grateful for every moment, for everything. That is what brings the joy that bubbles up from deep within. He often speaks about taking a look at our life as being a vessel. And so I invite you, maybe close your eyes or keep them open and feel yourself as a chalice, as a vessel, and feel yourself being filled up from the inside by this goodness, by this awe that life is. Perhaps thinking about a beautiful flower, or a mountain, or a lake. Perhaps feeling the wind on your face, or the movement of an ocean, looking at the beloved, at your furry friends, at those people that are in your life, and just allow yourself to fill up this vessel. And as it comes and fills up more and more, there's the moment where it's spilling over, right? Where it wants to spill over and be shared with the world. That is the moment where we give of ourselves. And it doesn't matter how that gift looks, if it is a song that we are singing, if it's a talk we are giving, if it's a book we are writing, if it is a day that we are planning with a beloved, if it is making another happy behind us in a Starbucks line, it matters not. And here's what happens, and here is how he explains it, and it makes so much sense to me. So we are in this experience, we are filling up this vessel, we are just at the place of overflowing, and then maybe because of advertising or media or race consciousness, this idea comes into our mind, I need a bigger vessel, because this one is going to overflow. And then we move out of the experience of sharing our gratitude with the world into being concerned about getting a greater, bigger vessel. No. I feel that we have lost a little bit this connection with when it is enough. When I am filled up enough that I can give of myself to another. And I believe that that is the message of this beautiful man's life. To feel the moment when we are filled up and to allow it to spill over into the world. I spent a lot of hours this last week listening to him and being with him. And I think tomorrow in the newsletter, we're going to put a link to one of his talks. And he's just such an experience for me to watch him and to see this aliveness in him. And our own Dr. Ernest Holmes has another beautiful quote that I would like to share. He says, when we speak the words of thanksgiving to the God within, there's something in this attitude of thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of perfect faith and acceptance. When we speak the words of gratitude to the God within, right there is an indication that this experience of gratitude has not much to do with what's happening out in the world. It doesn't. It is an activity that takes place within us. This activity of being in solitude, of being with ourselves. And then out of that is being born that which we want to share. We are going to go ahead and watch a video together. It is probably about 4 or 5 minutes. It is a song, and it has images that will touch you if you allow it to do so. If you allow your heart space to open, to listen to these words, even if this genre is not your preferred genre, and to allow your heart to be touched by this beauty, by this sharing of gratitude. I invite you to stand up, if that works for you, and experience this video together. Let us begin.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all that I am, all that I see,
forest with your mind and heart aligned in purpose. Everything will feel gorgeous.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Every day I sit and pray cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
It makes me cry every time I watch that. Everything is a gift. And so, how can we live with that intensity? I believe it's Dr. Maya Angelou who said, this is a brand new day and one I haven't even met yet. And how can we get so excited about what this new day brings? How can we be excited about where we look for our strawberries? I know this morning I have been so blessed by the awe of these beloveds who are here, by the preparedness to bring this service to you, by the joy that we feel coming back from the valley, from the world really, to be here together in this space of gratitude. And so then we ask ourselves then, how can I be willing to feel that awe and wonder about life in the small things? Some of those images, kids who we look at and say they have really nothing, have this wonderful joy for living. And how can we here who live in the West who have everything and so much, how can we get back to feeling our vessel overflowing? Everybody's answer is different. Everybody's answer is different. But what we can all do is anchor into seeing our life through the landscape of gratitude, seeing our life blissful and being grateful for it all. So the question that I want to pose for us this week is, now that you chose to see, I'm going to put my glasses on for it, choosing gratitude in this moment, what do I notice that is going well? If I'm choosing gratitude in this moment, what can I notice in my life, in my relationships, in this beautiful community, in my world that is going well? And you know what always helps me? It helps me to anchor this in prayer. So we're going to go right into prayer. Please join me. If you are a practitioner of this teaching, a minister, if you are feeling ready and ready to open up to the goodness that is your life, please rise. This is a wonderful service of getting up and down and feeling alive. And please stand with me right here as we recognize the allness of life, as we recognize that which is greater than I am. Sweet Spirit, the infinite, the universe, God. How grateful I am to recognize that it is being made manifest so beautifully today in my life, in the life of each beloved that is within the sound of my voice, within this entire world. And as we allow our heart space to open, we step in consciously into this experience of communion with the divine, for recognizing that I am. And so from this place of knowing that at the center of my being is goodness and love and peace, the center of my being is this vessel that is filled up every moment with love and light, with harmony and joy, with possibility. And so I say yes. I say yes to each beloved. I say yes to holding the prayer request in your heart in the highest. I say yes to allowing my vessel to bubble over and share it with the world. I simply say yes. And how grateful I am for this community, for knowing the power of this word, for each beloved, and for the allness of life. And so I just let it be. Placing this word into universal law, I simply let it be, knowing it is done, it is complete. And together we can anchor this truth as we say, and so it is.